Hello and happy holidays. It's Loretta West with Color Garden Studio and Tangle Tuesday. And I thought I'd just show you something that you may not know or you know already. And it's a bit of a refresher. But this morning I was happily tangling to a little lesson on Instagram by Zentangle. And her real name is, that's her Instagram handle, and her real name is Annika Gabrovic. And if you're looking for her on Instagram, it's Zen dot Linnea. Anyway, so she was showing the Tangle Arucus by Zentangle.com, and Arucus is spelled A-R-U-K-A-S. And in the center, she put a star, so that changed the shape of it. And then this is the rest of it here. And then I decided to do a little background behind it in a sort of a nautilus shell kind of thing. And in the process of that, I wasn't quite awake yet, and I made a nice little error down here. Then I tried to correct it, which made it worse. So if you've been tangling for a while, or even if you haven't, you'll understand that, where you try to correct something and then, it's not looking good. So I thought I would just show you a couple things you can do to change things up. So the first thing I'm going to do here, I'll do it right on this tile, is the star is the little motif here. So I thought I would just go in over my little, well, mistake. You can say it, mistake. I'll do it. And show you what you could do. So I want to sort of hide it. And since the star is the motif, I'm going to draw a star right over that shape that I did. And then I can go in and I can either take a black pen or another colored pen. Let's see, what do I have here? That would be really good and quick and easy. Just looking through my many pens. I found something. Okay, I found. Let's see if this works. This is on the fly, so you'll just have to bear with me. And I've got a little micron, a red micron. Oh, it actually works. Okay, so I'm going to go inside that black line with my red micron and go over these lines. And it doesn't really cover it up. And if I really wanted to cover up, I would use black. But it gives it a little bit of a difference there. And what I could do is just carry on this little star sticking out from behind motif. And another one, I could do one over here and over there and around each one if I wanted to, or I could just leave it the way it is. So you can play around with it when you have a opportunity present itself. So I wonder if I have a darker red that might be better. Just bear with me for a second while I sort through my many pens. I don't think so. Well, maybe this one is darker. Well, this one's a little darker. So let me go over this one. Oh, yeah, that hides the black ink a little better under the star. There, it's a little darker. So that's one way to handle it. And the other way you can do it is if it's a mistake that you made early on in the pattern that you're drawing, just continue on with that mistake throughout the rest of that string of patterns. So if you just do an example here, I've got something like this. Here's a really good example. So Knightsbridge, I'm just going to do it this way, not straight up and down, just something different. And my grid here. And suppose I want my desire was to black in every other one, like I'm doing here. But then it's early, my brain's not awake, I haven't had enough coffee, and things are a little fuzzy, and I do this. Oops. And it happens a lot, no matter how long you've been drawing patterns, it's probably going to happen. So what you can do then is just go with it. Go, okay. So my next one is going to be the double here. So I'm just scribbling this in here and not making it perfect. But to give you an idea of what you can do when things go awry and not how you had planned. And that's what's wonderful about Zentangle, is that two things. Mistakes very seldom don't show up to somebody else looking at the Zentangle itself, because there's so much going on and so much movement and pattern going on. So, if it's a little mistake, I usually just leave it and carry on. And secondly, you can take that mistake and turn it into something else. So utilize it as a springboard to something new and different. And it has happened to me a few times where it has turned into a new pattern. So, just by mistake, by trying to draw somebody's set pattern, I have accidentally, on purpose, developed a new pattern. The other thing you can do is you can go in and cover it with some botanical. So the standard is the Bronx cheer. And this is spelled this way. That was developed by Zentangle Inc., which is a raspberry or a blackberry made from little circles like tipple, like the Tangle tipple. So in a sort of raspberry-ish, blackberry shape like that. And you can go in, and to cover up the little lines that you might be trying to hide, you can go in and just go around and blacken just a few of them with your black marker or any kind of dark color that works for you today or in the moment. So you've got a little shine on there. And you can also go back in and color that, tint it with something if you want. And then a stem. No, there's something under the paper here that's causing a problem. Okay, here we go. And you could draw a stem and some leaves if you wish. Something like that coming out. If you look at Maria's work, she quite often will have this. So just trying to cover up something that happened, and it works well. So it's there's ways to change up any kind of boo-boo that you've made, and to hide it and to carry on tangling. What I like to do also, another little tip, is instead of trying to correct it right away, I like to let it stay there and wait until the piece is finished. So until I'm finished drawing it, and then I'll look at it again. And if it's still obvious to me, then I'll go in and try to change it utilizing one of these methods. But if I don't notice it, then I don't change it, because it's just not, it's too much going on, and it's okay. I can live with it. So there's some ideas. I hope you will check out Zen Linea's It's actually zen.linnea. Linnea's, pardon me, Linnea, excuse me, Instagram feed, and also check out how to do a rookus, and have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.